Game sequels. A common way to make more games in the AAA market these days is to make a reboot, a remaster, or a sequel. One thing I'll quickly say is that I won't be going over any indie game sequels, so no Stalker 2s or Arma 3s here.
Who's laughing now? Yes, I was in the chess club.
I feel like sequels are becoming more and more the norm when it comes to big AAA studios and distributors. No new IPs, just the old ones recycled. They are easy money and most consumers just want something familiar to play with. Once a game distributor sees the dollar signs, it's almost guaranteed that a sequel will be in the works. The best, or worst, example of this effect is probably Activision's Call of Duty. Anyone who has ever even glanced towards my live tab knows that I am the type of dumbass to buy Call of Duty games. I specifically looked at the reviews for the new Modern Warfare 3 and still decided that this is a game that I'll buy. I guess one of the reasons was also because I bought it for under the usual market price from Gibraltar, where they don't pay taxes. It was like £50. So that's £20 less. Well, anyway, the problem with a game is not that the game is absolute dog shit. The maps in Modern Warfare 3 are great, the multiplayer feels entertaining, the campaign is nonsensical, but that could be forgiven if it weren't for the fact that Activision has done this exact thing before. Because the game is a sequel in a franchise that has been running for 20 years. The maps are literally the same maps as in the 2009 game Modern Warfare 2. The characters are largely the same as the ones from the 2007 to 2011 Modern Warfare games. The name is also the same as Modern Warfare 3 from 2011. The Zombies mode is taken directly, well, not directly, but it is taken from the previous Black Ops games and melted together with the DMZ mode from last year's Call of Duty. They even took down the fan game SM2 so they could sell the same experience that they could have given, but only for €70. This isn't the only franchise that experiences this. Far Cry from Ubisoft, Battlefield from EA, Fallout from Bethesda.
Chess club.
The opposite of this is making satisfying sequels. Satisfying sequels from big names in the gaming industry might not be the first thing that comes to mind when thinking of video game sequels. Usually, you think of these greedy companies that just make more of the same stuff. The thought of the company letting the devs make their game in peace is an idea that wouldn't be the first thought. In a world where rushed and glitchy games are constantly being pumped out, you don't think about franchises such as Resident Evil or Half-Life. Well, except we still haven't gotten Half-Life 3. Game franchises that push the industry forwards. My personal favorite has to be Yakuza, now known in the West as Like a Dragon. It's honestly amazing how this franchise has gone on for almost 2 decades, same as Call of Duty, but remained fresh and interesting, releasing a game every few years. Even though the games follow mainly the same cast of characters, now switching it up after the release of Yakuza Like a Dragon, it has still managed to create a community and consistent character development for the main cast. The main gameplay itself has seen multiple changes, keeping things fresh. Combat styles were added, heat actions have been changed, the main games have gone from a beat-em-up to a turn-based RPG. Every aspect of the game seems to have been crafted with love. Even the minigames and sub-stories are famous for being fun. There's always stuff to criticize this franchise for, but now is the time to observe how well the developers have managed to keep things fresh and interesting, even with a lot of games, including 2 PSP exclusives and a strange zombie spin-off. It hasn't gotten stale. and I love this franchise for that, and I'll be excitedly waiting for the 8th mainline game coming out next year. In conclusion, the secret of making a good and lasting franchise is to build it with love, not with money. Yeah, what a shocker. Well, I'll see you in the next video, Kyodai.